If you had to pick one storyline from the second round of the NBA playoffs, what is
The Wolves gonna give it to you.
it? Clearly, clearly. You know what? I was looking at the games last night and I said, clearly, the NBA wants the New York Knicks to meet the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. The way the
You
game was being officiated, it was so obvious to me.
you feel that way too? I don't know if I feel that way, but I've been hearing buzz, from the social media that I've been tuning into early this morning, that a lot of people are saying that that they think the matchup that you just mentioned, the Knicks and the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, is what the NBA wants.
Yeah, because think about it. You don't have the key players that they are used to having, right? So, in order to get ratings where they need to be without KD, Steph, LeBron, Giannis, so on and so forth, they have to have the matchups that are going to matter, right? And to me, it makes perfect sense. Now, granted, the Indiana Pacers gave the Knicks everything that they could handle, but at the end of the
Hmm.
game, the refs decided the game. The Indiana Pacers got robbed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that moving screen, huh? Got him. Is that what it was?
Yeah, you don't call
Oh.
that in the final seconds of the game. You don't do
Mm.
that. So anyway, the New York Knicks defeated the Indiana Pacers 121 to 117. Now hold a one-game lead, even though this is the start of the second round. But this is
Mhm.
setting the tone, I think. And the referees have they bought in. They bought into that whole narrative, and this is the outcome. This is what we're going to see. Now, the Knicks were balling. Josh Hart, he is a machine. But I think Coach Tom Thibodeau is playing with roulette right now. You
Mm,
can't play
mm.
him 48 minutes game after game, whether or not he has the most stamina in the entire NBA. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
It's the wear and tear. It's I'm going to need him later in the game. You can't play him 48 minutes.
You don't want him to run out of gas in game 5 or
Right.
game 6 if this series goes to 6 games. You don't want him to run out of gas. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm going to tell you right now, the Knicks Villanova 3 balling, all 3 of them. And what's so cool about them is that they all have their distinct skill level. Like Josh Hart is anywhere you need him to be, he gonna be. He gonna get these rebounds, and that's what it's gonna do. DiVincenzo will shoot three. He gonna lock down on defense, and Jalen Brunson is going to manage an offense and put the ball in the basket at every cost. It's just amazing to watch. I love it. And this is the same group of people that won championships with their college. Like, and they're here now on a championship hunt with the professional NBA basketball team. That is amazing to me, but they look so great together. Chemistry on the New York Knicks is amazing. It really, really is.
Yeah, yeah. And I just think OG Ananobi, knowing the history that, the
Hmm.
Nova Knicks have, he's figured out a way to be a part of that, right?
Yes.
He's not out there just kind of existing. Oh no. OG plays a significant role for the New York Knicks. And Isaiah Hardenstein too. You're right. The chemistry
Hmm.
is on point.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
look so it's so free and everybody appears to like each other. They want
Yeah.
each player to do well. It's not about you outshining me. It's no,
Right.
can we get this victory tonight?
Yeah. 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 No, they look amazing together. I am not upset that they won at home. They should have. And whether or not the referees orchestrated, facilitated the win that the Knicks garnered, I still think at the end of the day, this series is really anybody's after watching game 1. It's really anybody's series. Really, it is. Because
Mm-hmm.
the bench for the Indiana Pacers showed all the way up. Like, y'all, if it wasn't for Jalen Brunson putting on 43, the Indiana Pacers could have technically won this game with just bench production alone. So,
Yeah, because So how about the New York Knicks got 3 points off of their bench, and the Indiana Pacers got 46. Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell. Oh my God, another
I
Energizer
know.
bunny,
I
right?
know. I know. He's
Yeah.
so sad, but that's that experience that he's bringing to the game as well. So yeah.
I think in order for the Pacers to win a game, or to at least go seven and make it entertaining for all of us, is they have to beat the New York Knicks. It can't be a close game. They need to have 10 to 15 point lead at the end of the game in order to make sure that the refs cannot determine the outcome.
Yes, absolutely. You run the risk when you play a tight game and there's mistakes that are happening throughout the game, and we get down to the final seconds of the game. You run the risk of the referees determining the outcome, and not you as a player when you're that close from scoring a win or a loss. So I think it does matter, how you play throughout the game. So when situations like this come up, even if it was a bad call, you still would have an opportunity to still get some points on the board.
Right, right. Or absorb.
Yeah.
Definitely, all that other stuff. Okay, so look. So there was another game. Was it a game after the New York Knicks? Like, seriously. What did we witness between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets? What exactly was that? Because I know the players had Denver Nuggets across their chest, but it didn't look like the Denver Nuggets to me.
It doesn't even matter because if they don't get it together, they are going home. The Nuggets will be going home. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Nuggets were not ready for the Timberwolves defense. They just weren't ready. They weren't ready. I don't care what scouting report they did. The Timberwolves has dialed it up 10 times. Dialed it up. And that way that Anthony Edwards is playing,
Oh my gosh, I know. It was
phenomenal.
almost like, what made it most impressive is because, and I know you hate this, but everybody talks about the altitude. It did not impact the Minnesota Timberwolves
No, not at
at
all.
all, right?
Mm-mm.
And in fact, what I noticed is they play a little bit more up tempo, high pace without Rudy Gobert.
I agree. I agree. I think he does slow down. I think he does slow them down, offense and in defense. Yes, 100%. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. But I think, yeah, going down 0-2 against the Timberwolves and now having to go on the road to Minnesota to try to at least win one game, it's going to be difficult.
I know that the Timberwolves wish they had them on their squad. I'm sorry. I know that the Nuggets wish they had them on their squad. I know for a fact.
Yeah, yeah, because this is where they shine, right? Last season,
Yep.
this
Yep.
this right here, oh yeah, this would have been good for them. But anyway, oh well, you
Oh
decided not to
well.
pay them, so they're on other
Mm-hmm.
squads right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the Denver Nuggets have their backs against the wall. I agree with you. I do believe they could win one game in Minnesota, but even with that, if they win one, then the series will be 2-1. I think Minnesota will win the next game, so it's 3-1, and that's just a deep, deep hole. Barring injury, now anything can happen, and I'm not wishing that someone gets injured. But if one of the key players for the Wolves gets injured, now it might be an avenue for the Denver Nuggets to go ahead and snatch another one, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to have to be something that detrimental to the team because I just don't see them letting up. I don't see it happening. Ooh, they come out ready for war. I can't. I can't take it. It's amazing. And I
Yeah.
think that the Nuggets underestimated them. They underestimated the Minnesota Timberwolves. They did.
Mm. I don't know why, because they've been battling with them all season for the number
Hmm.
one seed. Clearly, the Wolves have a deep squad, so they got the victory 106-80. This game was really over
Mm-mm.
at halftime.
Yep.
It was over.
Hmm.
Yep. Okay, so who's playing tonight?
Ooh, a game I cannot wait to watch. I cannot wait to see my team OKC. I can't wait. And they're going up against the Dallas Mavericks. Yikes.
Oh, game one
I know.
in OKC, right?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I
Okay.
know.
They've had a long break, and I just don't know if they're going to be rested or rusty. They are young players, but I
Yep.
don't know. I can't wait to see.
And then there's also the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics.
Oh, man, come on. You already know
Yeah.
how I feel about it. Boston Celtics is going to win that series. So I don't care what the Cavs do. They screeched by the Orlando Magic to make it here. And I'm
Street.
thinking Boston, yeah, they're rested as well. Real hungry. Jaylen Brown said that he's ready for some get back. So it's a wrap for them. But tonight in Boston, I'm taking the Boston Celtics.
I'm going to go with Boston Celtics as well. As a matter of fact, I have Boston Celtics coming out of this matchup, um, just off rip, and I think that the Mavericks was going to win the first game one under the Mavs and OKC game. I have Mavs. Who do you have for tonight?
Okay, so I'm going with OKC tonight, and then
Oh,
obviously I'm going with the Boston Celtics.
okay.